Yes? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. If someone wants to sleep with their mother, is it okay? No? Which moral says no? The religious moral or your atheist moral?
The country's moral.
The country's moral. It's not illegal. In some countries, it's not illegal. All right. So which morals are you talking about?
I think
You don't have morals. You know that. As an atheist, you don't have objective morals. You make up your morals based on whatever is the fashion, whatever is in the country.
Yeah, maybe,
Yes.
maybe.
Okay. So in this country, many people have multiple girlfriends.
Yeah.
Or many girls have multiple boyfriends. Yes, it's not illegal. You agree?
Not illegal.
Okay, which means the government considers it not to be against the law, and they agree with it somehow.
Well, yeah, there's certain freedoms.
Yes.
But we work this out.
So if
ourselves.
they can have the freedom to have multiple girlfriends, why can't these people have the right to get married? Yes? The same with the same right. Why are you using double standards that they can have multiple girlfriends, but they cannot have multiple wives?
Because I'm saying the first wife has no choice about the second and third marriages.
Why do you think she has? You know, the first wife has a right to divorce if she wants to. In Islam, we have the right to divorce by both men and women.
It's much harder for a woman.
How do you know it's harder? All she has to do is go to the Qadi. All she has to do is go to the Qadi. Really? So you know how it works. Go on, explain it to me. Let's see. He's shaking his head all the time. Explain to me.
Bring on the ratio of women and men in this country. Do you know it?
No, we will go there. That's another topic.
50-50.
Yeah.
50-50.
Yeah.
So tell me.
In most countries.
So tell me, how does
No rubbish.
how does a Muslim woman get divorced? Let's see if you know. Let's see if you know. How does a Muslim woman get divorced?
Country, woman outnumbers men.
It's very hard for her to get
How?
divorced. She has to prove things like lack of conjugal rights and things like that.
If the ratio is like
No, that's not the only grounds on which you can get divorced.
No, but she can't just say I want a divorce because my husband.
If it is as simple as this, there are certain rights of the wife. If the husband violates those rights, then she has a right to khula. The term for that is khula, which means she is a female instigated divorce. And this is something.
It's not granted.
Wait a minute. In the Bible, there is no right for the woman or the man to get divorced. Are you aware of that?
Yeah.
Yes? So at least Islam, 1400 years ago, gave the right for the man and the women to get divorced for a legitimate reason. There has to be a legitimate reason for both.
No, the man.
No, even men. You
No.
cannot just divorce someone and for a reason that is not legitimate. There has to be a legitimate
No, a man
reason.
can do it for any reason.
For any reason. Where do you learn that from?
Well, he just says talaq. If you have an argument.
There you go. You see, this is what happens when you go on hearsay. You haven't looked into this, have you?
But
Just like the idda, you haven't looked into
If he
this.
wants-
Say,
if he wants
you
to.
cannot have talaq. There has to be an idda between each talaq.
Yeah.
Are you aware of that?
But-
So it's not talaq, like the way you misrepresented
No, but he can
the
do it-
rights
he
of the
can do it-
man.
He can do it for any reason.
No, not any reason. There has to be a legitimate reason.
No, he doesn't have to say anything.
Okay, anyway, since you don't know, I suggest
So
you go and look it up.
So
I suggest you go and look it up. Okay, we were talking about the right of the women to get married to a husband. Okay, first and foremost, if it is something which you consider as moral, which I know you have no grounds for morality, as an atheist.
I've got morals as the country's morals.
No, but the country's morals are not your morals, are they?
I'm part of deciding.
And many of the country's morals actually come from the Bible. So that's come
Yeah,
from
not all of
religion.
them,
They come
and
from religion anyway.
Thank goodness we don't get them coming from Islam.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So we don't have child brides, sex slaves, and
All of that is in the Bible. Have you read it? Have you read it?
No, but
You didn't know that, did you?
But you agree with it then? You agree with
I
sex
just
slaves?
give you example of
Do you
Jesus,
agree
his
with
mother,
sex-
getting married at the age of 12. Sorry, getting pregnant at the age of 12.
But do you agree with it?
No, wait a minute. You said, thank God, not Islam.
Even outside religion, even in this country.
Yeah.
Do you agree with it?
Pedophiles, I
Do you-
don't.
do you- But it's in Islam. That's the trouble. It's in Islam.
But you agree with murder of child in the stomach of the mother.
Only to a certain-
And you said few cells. When I told you ripping them limb by limb, he was okay with it.
No, I wasn't. I said no.
So would you what?
Sex slaves. Sorry, where is that? It's Sabiyah. It's a well-known thing in Islam. It's in the Quran.
I just told you it's not sex slave. It's not the way you think.
It is sex slaves.
Those people, we had a long discussion
Yeah,
already on that.
yeah.
So what I'm saying is that there are certain morals which you said, like abortion, you don't agree with. Yes. So don't tell me the morals of the country are your morals, because you said that already. Okay. So your morals are always going to be changing. It's going to be fluid. So it's based on your desires, isn't it? It's based on your desires. So when you feel like okay, it's okay, then you accept it. When you feel like it's not okay, so have you ever been wrong in your life?
Yeah, of course.
So how do you know these morals that you think are right today are not wrong actually.
But the thing is, how do you know? How are you so
Look,
sure?
at least
how are you so
at least
sure?
I got the Sharia,
Yes, but-
which is something that I can always, whether it's today, whether it was yesterday, or whether it's tomorrow, I have something to go back on to. You on the other hand, you will actually always fall for whatever is the law of the country. And you'll go by those morals. You'll see other people. So for example, if the law of the country says incest is okay, you will be okay with it as well. Maybe not today, maybe your progeny, at one time they will be actually groomed to a level where they say, yes, it's okay for mom and brother to sleep together. Yes? Do you think that is condemned today by you? Incest, do you condemn incest? Yes, you do.
Yes.
Maybe tomorrow your children or that children might condone it.
Well, yeah, but
So why? So your morals are neither here nor there. So please do not lecture us on morals.
But your morals are terrible.
That's your point of view, and you're entitled to it. I've explained to you
What happens if your Sharia is wrong?
what happens.
Yeah.
You tell me how is it wrong?
Then I've told you how I think it's
That
wrong.
is your opinion. That's all it is. And my opinion is that abortion is wrong,
but your opinion-
and something that happens legally in many of the Western countries. So you see, killing of defenseless children is perfectly okay based on your country's morals.
But you think having sex slaves is okay?
Like I said, you consider them as sex slaves. I do not consider. For me, that there is no marriage unless and until both the male and the female agree to it. Okay? And these people, like I said, what you're doing is you're bringing in 1400 years ago the law of that to today. Like I said, today most of the Muslims that I know, okay, they do not go looking for a bride who is basically very young. They marry someone of their own, around their own age, or someone just maybe a year or two. And this is the norm in most Muslim countries. And like I said, if you are going by something anachronistically, then you will see that many people today, they still have girlfriends, they still sleep around with women and discard them when they don't feel like anymore. And this used to happen 1400 years ago, 2000 years ago, it is still happening today. And that, my friend, is not illegal. And you consider that as moral? Would you consider that as morals?
What?
Go have sex with a girl and then have one night stand with them and then discard them?
Well, no, but that's
Well, that happens, isn't it? That happens. And it's not illegal. So do not blame the Sharia when your own morals really are bad.
I'm talking about a 9-year-old girl that you think it's okay to have sex with.
I think you're obsessed with a 9-year-old. As an Islamophobe, I can understand that is always going to be on the top of your head. When you yourself I've never seen you raise a voice against the pedophiles who are not Muslims in this country. I've never seen you say. All I see is Muslim that, Muslim this, Muslim
I
that.
hate pedophiles.
You hate them?
Yeah.
Good. Have
All
you?
of them.
Then say, do not keep saying just the Muslims. Because for me, I hate
But you're
pedophiles.
justifying it.
No, you consider that as pedophilia. I do not.
Exactly.
I'm talking about a marriage, not a pedophilia. There's a big difference.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Having sex with 9-year-old girls is having sex with
My
9-year-old
friend,
girls.
all you're obsessed is with sex.
You just told me, because you just told me.
I told you
it's
about a
okay.
marriage. The 9-year-old got married, my friend. Have you not realized that? Do you think these pedophiles marry their children? Do they?
But
No, they
You're
don't.
talking about having sex with 9-year-old
No,
girls.
you're talking about 1400 years
I'm saying it's not
ago.
right, and you're saying it's right. That's the difference.
No, the difference is one is a marriage, the other is abuse. Big difference.
Not a big difference.
It is.
No, it's not. They're
Okay,
both
which,
abuse.
which pedophile you know married the victim?
They're
No, which
both- they're
pedophile?
both-
Wait.
The thing is, I'm not justifying. You're justifying.
No, I'm not justifying.
I'm saying it's wrong. You're saying it's right.
You're saying it's pedophilia, I'm saying it's a marriage. Okay?
9-year-old girl.
Well, that's fine. Look, he ran away. That's fine. Because you see, at the end of the day, abortion is killing children who are just not even born yet. Okay, Jazakallah khairan. Shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.